to Ageless Strength today, and we're going to start with our typical warm-up. We're going to scooch a little bit forward in our chair so that we have some space underneath those thighs. We'll put our feet underneath the knees comfortably, and we're going to sit up really tall, reaching through the top of the head to lengthen our spine. Starting with the shoulder roll, we'll take both shoulders up by the ears, we'll take them straight back, and then all the way down, releasing the arms by our side. We'll do that again. Shoulders straight up by the ears, straight back, all the way down. Fingertips are going to stay reaching for the floor. Let's take that right ear off to the side. Allow the chin to slowly roll down to the chest, over to the left, and then back down to the chest, over to the right. We're going to lift that head in center. We're going to turn and look over the right shoulder and to the left. Good. We'll take it back to the center. Hands are going to come out on the knees. We're going to turn toes out wide and then heels and toes to open up those hips and start with full body circles. Again, inhaling, getting tall, hip hinge, reaching the chest forward. Exhaling, drawing the navel in, tucking, rounding, rolling all the way up. We'll do that twice more. Big inhale, hip hinge, reach forward. Exhale, hold the belly in, tuck, round, and roll up tall. One last time. Beautiful. Let's take these circles out to the side. So we're going to reach way out to the side, roll around the front, and keep that navel pulled in as we come back to the center. We'll take it twice more in this direction. And then the next time around, we'll stop in the middle. We'll straighten out our posture. And then we'll go off to the other side. Reaching long through the spine, feeling that stretch in the low back, the inner thighs. Kind of letting those shoulders just roll along with it. Next one is the last one. We'll bring ourselves into center and get tall again. Relaxing those shoulders, lengthening the neck. Let's take our heels up. So we're on our toes, heels are up. And we're going to rock back onto the heels and lift the toes. We'll continue moving through the ankles and the feet. Pausing on the toe ups. We're using those calves and those shins. Two more times. Good. We'll release here. On the right side, we're going to lift up the heel. We're going to rotate in from the hip. So we're going to roll that whole leg in and then roll it out. We'll do that 3 more times. So we'll release in the center, other side, same thing. We lift up onto that heel, roll in from the hip joint, and then open it up. Okay, 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Toes will turn in, then heels, then toes. So the legs come back into center. We're going to scoop up and pick up the other leg. Push the heel towards me. Then point your toe. Push the heel, point the toe. And relax the foot. And do a couple of circles with the ankle, one direction and then the other. We'll release. And then we're going to scoop up the other leg. Same thing. Big hamstring stretch, pushing the heel towards. Pointing towards me. One more time. Heel, toe, relax, circles. Other way. Good. We'll bring it back. Releasing. A little shoulder release. We'll start to move the heels. I don't know if you can see, but start to move the heels. Maybe tap the full foot. Okay, we're just going to get that blood flowing here. We're going to do this for about 30 seconds just to get it going. You can start to move the legs a little wider. Then you can bring the legs in a couple more times, bringing them wide, tapping, and then bringing them in. We'll take one more. And bring it in, giving it 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's bring those feet underneath the knees and prepare to stand. We can cross our arms or we can reach them straight out in front. Your choice. A little easier with the arms in. Hip hinge, reaching forward with that entire body, pushing into the heels. We're coming all the way up. We're going to release arms by our side and start with a couple of half squats. Bringing our hips back and then pushing through the heels, getting tall. Bringing our hips back and getting tall. Good, we're going to do 4 more and maybe even getting low enough to tap the chair with those fingers. Take 2 more. On this next one, let's hold that squat down, however low you are. We're going to relax the arm. We're going to focus on reaching the hips back, pushing all the weight into the heels, holding, breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's slowly stand. We'll give those legs a little bit of a shake. And we're going to move to come behind our chair, okay, behind our chair. Now, if you don't want to use a chair, that's A-OK too, okay, that's A-OK too. I'm going to turn my chair to the side, just so that you guys can get a better view, okay, better view. So we'll stand behind the chair, sideways, and we're going to work through the hip first, okay, work through the hip first. We're going to lift out that left leg out to the side, and slowly lower. It's a flexed foot. Good. Standing nice and tall. Zipped up through that core. Beautiful. Let's take 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Fantastic. We're going to take that leg and step it behind us, holding into a little lunge. A little tuck of our hip and a lift of our chest. Okay, lift of our chest. Good. Let's press the heel back down towards the floor. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. So we're in our lunge. We're going to press the heel back down towards the floor to stretch our calf. We're going to breathe. And then we're going to start to relax or bend that back knee. We'll drop it low. And then stand really tall. Drop it low. And stand tall. Fantastic. Good, moving slow. We're going to take 2 more, just like this. Last one. Good, we're going to step that leg forward. Let's give the legs a little bit of a shake. And then we're going to go to the other side. Now you can walk around your chair. You can move your chair. I'm going to move the chair because it's easier for you to see me. But either way, whatever is comfortable for you. We'll square up the hips. And we're going to start with the leg lift on the other side. We'll reach it out and bring it down slowly. So feeling the outside of the hip, staying locked up in here through the core. All as we can. Take 2 more. Last one here. Good. Same leg steps behind. We find our lunge. And then we're going to take that heel all the way down to the floor. As the heel reaches, we feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Maybe even a little deeper hip hinge from the waist. One more breath here. Then we'll start to bend that back knee, bring our body weight tall and in center. We'll allow the body weight to dip down and extend tall. Dip down and extend tall. If we're having any challenges with the knees, we don't have to go down quite as far. We can just take a smaller movement We could also hold that lunge for an extended period. We'll take 4 more. 4, 3, 2, this one's the last one. 1. Good. Relax in the body. We're going to step that leg forward. Give them a little shimmy, a little shake, just to get everything loosened up. We still have our chair beside us. We're going to heel tap forward. Okay, heel tap forward. Let's take that right heel. We're going to tap the heel forward. Bring the foot back. Tap forward. Bring it back. Now the body will start to acclimate, so you'll be able to balance a little bit better. When it does, start to go ahead and put some weight into that heel and press off of it. Put weight into the heel, press off. Almost like you're taking a step on that heel. Once we feel good and balanced, we'll take it up another level. Heel, ball of the foot drops like you took a step, and then step back. Heel, ball of the foot, step back. We're going to take 6 more, just like that. Practicing getting that heel down first. Two more. Last one here. We're going to do the same thing with the other side. Just the heel. Reaches forward, we bring it back. Forward, and bring it back. We find our balance. And we start to put a little weight, a little push off into that heel. When we're ready, we'll transition to the full step. Heel, ball of the foot. Heel, ball of the foot drops. We step back. Heel, ball of the foot. Step back. Again, if we have knee issues, not a problem. Just taking that heel tap instead of taking the full step. Good. 5, 4, 3. Next one, last one. Good. Okay, giving those legs a little bit of a kick. Fantastic. So we're going to move side to side now. Okay, we're going to move side to side. The chair will probably help you if it's in front of you. Okay, in front of you. I don't want to block myself, but the chair will help if it's in front of you so that you can hold on to the chair as we step left and right. Okay? We are going to keep it off to the side so that it's not in your way. Okay, it's not in your way. Let's find the feet about hips distance. So those feet are right underneath our hips, our shoulders. Hands can go on the chair or on your hips. And we're going to hinge at the hip a little bit. So a little bit sitting in, a little bit bent, so that we're not stick straight, just a little bit sitting in. We're going to step that wide to the side. We're going to bend both knees. And let's look down at those toes. We want the knees pointing the same direction as the toes. So we feel hip, glute, and inner thigh here. Okay? We're going to bend both knees, watching that they don't go over the toes. And then when we come up, we're going to step that right leg in. So we'll bring it all the way in. Let's do that again. Step wide, drop low, bring it in and up. Good. 6 more here, just like that. You guys are doing great. That body is being warmed up. Let's take it out and hold it wide. So we're going to hold this wide squat. We're going to tuck our tailbone just a little so our back feels comfortable. We're feeling again hip, quads, glutes, inner thighs. And we're going to take a little pulse. So it's a very small bend. Focus mostly on squeezing the tush. Okay, as we press up and come down ever so slightly, just a couple of inches. We'll give it a few more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Let's dip down and then step that right leg in. We'll give it a kick. I know that was a lot. We're going to come into a march. Okay, before we go to the other side, march, slow march. We'll bring right knee up and switch left. Now we're going to take this for about 30 seconds. So you have some options. If you really want to get that blood flowing, you can pump arms along with your march. If the heart rate is already high, focus on a slower march with a higher knee to get more hip movement. We're about halfway there. Hope you guys are listening to some good music. I can hear some music here in the background. Always good. 3, 2, 1. Good. A little shake off of any tension. We're going to now step with that left leg. So if you need to make adjustments to the chair, go ahead and do that. Setting up hip distance. Little light in the hips, stepping out with that left leg. We're going to set this first one up. Feeling your thighs, outer thighs, and aligning those knees, pointing the direction of the toes, a little tilt under the tailbone. We're going to drop down, stepping the left leg in on the way in. 7 more. On the next one out, let's hold it out wide. Again, draw that navel way into your spine. Those little pulses, little, a couple inches down and up, squeezing the tush. 4 seconds more. 4, 3, 2. Next one down, let's step that leg all the way in. Give those legs a kick. Good. All right, we're going to take one more march for about 30 seconds. Again, if the heart rate is high, keep the knees slow, but lifting them high. If you want to bring the heart rate up a little higher, adding a little pump of the arm and a little quicker pace. It's just 30 seconds. Continue to pull in the navel as you lift the leg. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything gets shook up, everything gets loose. We're feeling pretty good now. All right, we're gonna stay behind the chair if that's where you are, okay? Again, the chair is always an option. We're gonna do a side lunge, okay? So we're gonna get into some inner thigh. Hips are back, we're gonna take that right leg, step it out to the side. Your right knee is going to bend, but your left leg is not. It's gonna stay straight. We're gonna pull the hips way back. And then we're gonna glance down at the right knee to make sure it's over the ankle and not out there over the toes, okay? So hips are back. We'll lift up, we'll stand tall. Let's shift. So bending the left knee, pushing the hips back. Feeling that inner thigh. We'll lift and shift. Good, lift and shift. One more time, each side. Good, now we're gonna work on stepping. So hip hinge into our lunge, right side. Exhale, push into the right heel, bring the right leg in. Good. Let's stay with the right leg and take 5 more. We step out leg, hips back, big push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 6 on the other side. So left leg steps out, hips back. Exhale, press up, come in. Good. Last one here. Perfect. Let's release those arms and again give those legs a little bit of a kick. We're going to get into some core. You want to hang on to that chair. Okay, hang on to the chair. Let's have the chair on a side so that you're able to lift. Okay, so lift the leg and lift an arm. Okay, so whatever arm is free, okay, you'll raise that arm And then the opposite leg, you'll bring it in, pulling through the navel, and then stand tall. So coming in through the belly. Exhale, punch in. Inhale, stand tall. Taking, driving the navel to the belly, and taking that twist, that rotation, which if we've been sitting a lot, we haven't been doing as much rotation, especially for the golfers and tennis players, all the athletes. We've got to keep moving through those rotations so that we don't injure ourselves. Back to play. Last one here. Good, relax the shoulders. Switching to the other side before moving your chair, one or the other. We'll raise the other arm, soft in the hips, but tight in the tummy. On the exhale, we'll bring in, rotate. Inhale, stand tall. Got two left. Last one. Again, releasing, relaxing those shoulders. All right, let's go to push-up. You guys have options. You can use your chair. You can use a wall, which is a little bit easier. Or to make it more challenging, of course, you could come down onto the floor if you wanted to. I'm going to use the chair here, okay? But I'll demonstrate all three, right? We're going to aim for 10 push-ups. If you are coming down onto the floor, make sure that you do the push-up on your knees, not from a full plank position, but a kneeling plank position. That will help give you the support for the upper body. So for our planks, our push-ups, if you have the chair, just make sure you don't hold the end of the chair. You don't want to tip it over. We'll hold close to the legs of the chair, and then we're going to walk our feet back. Okay, we're going to walk those feet back. We want our chest over the seat bottom and to open up that chest and draw the shoulder blades back. We want to flex our thighs and pull up and in through that belly until hopefully you get a little bit of a quake. And we'll create the plank, right? The plank. On our inhale, we're going to bend the elbows ever so slightly out wide. Exhale, straighten the arms. If it's too challenging, take those feet, walk them back in, but keep the back flat. And the back is flat. If it's too easy, walk those feet back out further. Good, keeping the tummy tight. We'll finish up our last two. Then we're going to remain in that plank position. We're going to tiptoe the feet in so our full foot, the full bottom of the foot can touch the floor. On an exhale, we're going to shift our body weight back, pulling the hips back so we feel the big stretch in our hamstring, as well as our shoulders and our arms. On the inhale, we're going to shift forward again into our plank, opening the chest, allowing the heels to lift. Pull in the belly, shift back. 4 more times like that. Inhaling to shift forward on plank and pause. Exhaling, pull the navel in, shift back. 3 left. Next one is that last one. We're going to tiptoe those feet closer to the chair, closer to the wall. And then we're going to bring the hands on top of our thighs. So feet underneath the hips, hands on top of the thighs. We're going to do a little standing cat-cow. Work through the spine here. As we exhale, looking for a cat or a round back. We're going to fold in through the belly to round the back. Let the head just kind of go along with it. On the inhale, opposite direction, beginning with our tailbone. The tailbone lifts and the chest drives out front to stretch the entire abdomen. Exhaling, tuck in, round. Inhale, extend. We'll do 2 more. just to get all that movement through each individual vertebra. On one of the times tucked and rounded, we'll hold that back rounded and then slowly work our way up to standing, just allowing the arms to hang and the head to be the last thing up. We'll take a big shoulder roll at the top, maybe two, just because it feels great. Fantastic. We want to find our weight, or whatever we're going to use for the weights. I do have weights here, of course, but perfect would be water bottles, okay? So we can use our water bottles. If you're looking for a heavier weight or a larger container, you can either place them in bags, or you can just find a jug, like a Tide, like your laundry jug, okay? You want to get those and get them close to your chair so that we have them for your arm, upper body work that we're going to continue with, okay? I'm going to use dumbbells just because I happen to have them here. We're going to stand in front of the chair with our weights, okay? Standing in front of the chair with our weights if we have them. If we don't, that's A-okay. We don't actually have to have them for this. We can do it without. If you have them, that's fantastic. So the feet, the heels, are very close, okay, to the leg of the chair, very close to the leg of the chair. And we have our weights, we're just letting them hang, and we're pulling our navel in. So we're gonna do a weighted squat, okay? Half squat. We're gonna come down like we did when we very first started with our squats. Pause, and then slowly press up to the top. We'll do 5 more. Our hips just hovering over the seat. We'll take 2 more. This will be your last weighted squat. Beautiful. Moving our feet together, we have options. You can sit in the chair to do your tricep and your row, turning sideways in the chair, or you can stand. Okay? So if your feet or your back tell you that you would like to sit, go ahead and sit. Otherwise, standing. So if you're sitting, sit at side saddle, sideways, and whatever hand is on the inside, whatever arm is on the inside that is free to move, that's the arm that we're going to work. Okay? If we're standing, we can use chair for a little bit of support. We find our weight, our jug, our water bottle. We let the arm hang down, pull that belly button in. We're going to start with our rows. Exhaling as we pull the elbows straight back. Inhaling as it slowly returns. So what we're working is our upper back, okay, our shoulder blades, and the key is the control or the slowness as that arm moves back down. We'll do 3 more on this set. Last one for the row here. We'll release, stand tall, roll out the shoulder, stretch out the neck. Preparing for our tricep press backs. Hinging from the hip or adjusting ourselves in our seat. We're going to hold back a row. So we'll take 1 row and hold. Lock the belly, releasing our neck. For the tricep work, we press back with the weight, then the elbow, bring it in. Slowly press back and bring it in. So we should feel the upper back part of our arm. Good, keeping those shoulder blades down. 4 to go. Next one is the last one, and we'll take a little break. Shake out those shoulders, straighten up, release everything. We have 1 more set here to go, and we're going to combine our row and our tricep pushback for this set. We're ready, we'll reset. Draw that navel in tight, release our neck. We'll take a row, elbow pulls back, press behind for the tricep. Weight comes in, arm relaxes. Pull back, push back, bring it in, and then down. pull back, push back, bring it in, and down. 3 more, pull back, push back, bring it in, down. 2 to go. Last one, keep that neck long. Good. Release and roll out the shoulders. Now we're going to go into the other arm. It may just involve shifting in your seat, turning the other direction, or walking around that chair. We'll start with the rows. Pull in from the navel, really tight here at the tummy. Pull back, slow to return. Making sure the wrist stays locked, and we're not using that, but focusing on using that upper back and shoulder blade as the elbow just brushes by the body. 5 to go. Yeah, 2. Good, we'll take our little break. We'll roll out the shoulders, stretch everything out, and then we'll set up for our tricep press backs. Resetting through the body, locking the belly, even if we're sitting in the chair, we're all locked. We're gonna hold that, lengthen the neck, and then begin to push that weight behind us, bending and straightening through the elbow. Good, no shoulder involved. Perfect, lock wrist. We've got 2 more to go. Last one here. We're gonna relax the arm, roll it out, shake it up. What remains is our combo. Row, and then a tricep press back. Let's reset. Coming in, we're ready. Row, tricep press back. Bring it in, and down. Beautiful. Up, back, in, and down. Good, keeping that neck nice and loose. Last 2 sets. Last one here, nice and slow. Good, we'll release, we'll bring it all in. Come into our 2 weights, or into our biceps. You can have a seat if you would like. In fact, I'm going to come down to the chair for the biceps. But if you prefer to stand, if you would like to do that, you are absolutely more than welcome to do that. You do not need to have a seat. If we're sitting, however, we can take those weights and either put them on the side so that we can sit freely, or right here on our thighs, okay, on our thighs. We'll hip hinge back, slowly work our way all the way down into our seat. When we come down into our seat, we're gonna bring legs together, okay, legs together, knees together, feet together. If we're standing, let's put one foot in front of the other so that our back feels comfortable as we move forward with our biceps or with our weights. If you don't have weights, that's A-okay. Just focus on the muscle, okay? Focus on the muscle, the bicep, as it comes up. So really flex it and make a good fist, okay? Let's start with the pumping arms, nice and slow. One weight comes up and the other weight comes down. If we're sitting, we have to really focus on keeping that posture tall. Kind of getting everything warmed up there in the arms. Maybe generate a little heat. Bring the heart rate up some. We've got about 5 seconds or so left. Good, finishing up, last one. We'll put those weights on our thighs just to shake out the upper body. Okay, shake out the upper body. All right, we're still gonna use both weights, both arms. And if you're standing, maybe switch legs that are forward. Okay, so whatever leg is forward, just switch it. We're going to turn both palms to face towards me, pulling our chin back to lengthen the spine, bending at the elbow, bicep curl all the way up, and then very slow, resisting gravity as those weights come down. It's an exhale, draw the tummy in as they come up. Inhale as we resist on the way down. We're going to take 3 more with this full motion from all the way down, all the way up. Good, last full motion all the way up, slowly all the way down. And then now we're going to do just bottom half. So the elbows then and the weights only come halfway. And then we resist it on the way down. Two more. Last one of the bottom half. Now we're going to top half. So we bend the elbows, bring the weights all the way up. And then only allow the weights to come halfway down before pulling the belly in to bring them back up towards the chest. Good. Lots of focus on the biceps. Last upper half. All the way down. Let's do 5, full range. From the bottom to the top, slow. Take 2 more. Good, last one. Let's make it super slow on the way up. And super slow on the way down. Good. We're going to release one of the weights. Okay, we're going to release one of the weights. We're going to take out roll of our shoulders. And we're going to have our hands on either end of the one weight that we still have left. You can be seated or standing. If you're standing, take your legs wide. Okay, take your legs wide into a little bit of a squat like we were before. Okay? If we're seated, let's go ahead and take the legs just as wide as our hips here so that we feel more stable in our chair. Okay? We're going to do a little bit of a press. So drawing that navel in, tail tucks just a tiny bit. We're going to push the weight off to the right side of the right shoulder, almost like we're reaching for something out of our cabinets. And then we're going to bring the weight back in slowly to the other side. Press. And control it in. Exhale, press up. Inhale, bring it in. Maybe getting a little rotation out of our waist here as well. Good, we'll take this as the last set. Fantastic, I know those shoulders. Let's roll them out. We're gonna take our weight and we're gonna split the legs so that there's room in between the legs, okay, room in between the legs. We're gonna go ahead and allow the weight to be in our left hand and allow that arm to kind of hang in between those legs. We're gonna hip hinge, so reaching your chest towards me, keeping the back long, okay, keeping the back long. We're gonna hip hinge low, pull the elbow out wide as we sit tall. Almost like we had something between our legs and we're picking it up. Key is keeping that belly really tight all the way through the movement so that we don't feel any tension or tug in our back. 3 more. Last one. Let's switch sides. We'll straighten everything up. Pivot. Let's reach down. Exhale, belly tight, pull up and wide. Reach down. I love it. Good, lots of core strength working here as well. Two more. Last one. Good. Let's release. We're going to get rid of this weight, get rid of our weight here. We're going to roll out through the shoulders. Give them a couple of rolls. So just about time where we're going to take our stretch. I didn't have anyone get a strap. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a lot of our stretches while standing. However, before we do that, let's go ahead and bring those legs in. Okay, bring those legs in. We're going to roll up onto our toes so the heels lift and then toes lift. Okay, a little rock back and forth in the feet again. Last one. Perfect. Folding in through the belly, let's round to the back. Inhaling, lifting our chest towards our ceiling, opening the throat in front of the body. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, expand. 2 more. Last one. Good. Let's prepare to stand. Feet come underneath those knees. We can cross, we can reach, whatever feels comfortable. Hip hinge forward, press into the heels. Let's release the arms. So we're going to do our little stretch. We're going to use the chair for balance. You could also use the wall. Move one of my props out of the way. We'll stand beside a chair. And we'll take our right heel forward. Toes are going to be pointed up. And we're going to be really tall. Again, from our hips. We're going to reach those hips way back. As we reach the tailbone, way out behind us, we should start to feel the hamstring. The more we sit back into the hips, the deeper the stretch will become. The more we think of our toes pulling back towards our shin, the deeper the stretch in our calf. Let's keep this position, but drop our toes down towards the floor. Reach them down, keep the hips stitching back. Good, we'll slowly pull the toes up. One more time, toes down. Good, and toes up. Let's relax the foot, draw in the navel, and slowly roll around all the way up. We're going to take that same right leg, take it behind us. Dropping the heel, reaching the chest forward. Feeling our calf. And we're going to bring that body weight up in center. So lifting the chest. As we do, we're going to start to tuck the tailbone or tuck the hips underneath so that we feel more of a stretch in the front of that left thigh. We'll go back off on the stretch and slowly switch legs. Other side, we're going to take the heel forward. Go up, hip hinge, reaching back with the hips, reaching forward with the chest, along the spine, feeling that stretch all the way down to the back of the leg. Toes going up towards our chin, calf stretch. Holding the position, bringing the toes down to the floor. Lifting them, reaching them down once more, and lifting them. Good, slowly pulling in, coming all the way up, getting the leg behind us, reaching the heel down towards the floor, a hip hinge. You start to bring the body upright, driving the hip and the thigh forward. We feel that stretch here. Maybe softening, bending back knee just a little bit to get a little bit more tilt of that tailbone underneath. Nice deep breath here. Full inhale and a complete exhale. We'll release that back foot and then step it forward. We'll give both legs a little shimmy, a little shake. And then we're going to work into our side stretch. Again, using that chair. Standing off to the side, we'll take both feet and we'll take one in front of the other and one in front of the other. Up and in through the navel. We're going to take first our right hand up and over, pressing out through the rib cage, out through the side. Then flexing the navel, we'll bring ourselves back to center, and we'll switch. Take the other arm up and over. Drawing in the navel, we're going to do one more on each side. Big lift through the rib cage. And switch. Back to our center. Wonderful. All right, we're going to have a seat. We're going to do one last stretch in our chair. You guys know it's one of my favorite stretches. And you can just ease your way down nice and slow. My favorite hip opening stretch. It can be done lying on your back. It's a great stretch to wake up to in the morning. It also could be done standing with a little balancing assistance, but I will take it down here in the seat. So, still forward in the chair. You can take that right ankle. If it only goes to the shin, it only goes to the shin. And we sit here and we allow these hips to open. If the leg will go farther, perhaps we bring that ankle on top of the thigh. This is an A-OK stretch for the hip, but to get in a little deeper, and I'm going to show you because I'm going to turn sideways. Okay? To get in a little deeper, we inhale, we get really tall, and working again through the hips. We're reaching our chest forward and long. We allow our arms to relax, our neck and our shoulders. And then that just allows us to really feel the side of our back as well as a deep hip and glute stretch. Each inhale, we fill up the belly. And each exhale, we let it all out and sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. On our next inhale, we'll slowly rise up. We'll release that leg. And then we're going to switch. Again, if the shin is it, the shin is it. And I know both hips are not always equal too. So one leg might have the flexibility to get up top and the other might not, and that's A-OK. A-OK. Just allowing that knee to open out to the side, to open the hips. Inhale, we get tall. We hip hinge, allowing the body weight to reach forward to deepen the stretch. Visualizing the shoulder blades slide down towards the hips. Our neck releasing. Inhaling, the belly fills up and expands big. Exhaling, it empties completely. It all lets go. On our next inhale, we'll slowly rise up. And we'll ease that leg off that other leg. We'll find our comfortable seat and we'll slide back into our chair, okay, so that our backs are supported, okay? Feet underneath the knees. We feel pretty secure and comfortable. We're going to take that right ear off to the side, allowing the weight of the head to create that stretch in the neck. If you'd like a little deeper stretch, you can take the hand and just rest it on top of the head. Don't hold, just rest it there. We'll release the hands if we have it, holding the head, and then bring the head in center, reaching the neck long before we come into the other side. The head drifts, the shoulders release. And if you'd like to add a little more tension, just adding the weight of the arm hanging onto the top of the head. We'll release the arm, the hand first, and then bring the head and center. Keeping shoulders down, returning, we're looking over the shoulder in one direction. Gentle and slow all the way to the other side. And back to center. We're going to shrug both shoulders up towards the ears, and on the exhale, just let it go. Inhale, bring them both up. Exhale, let them go. One more, big inhale. Blow it all out. We're going to turn our palms face up and draw the elbows back towards our ribs. We're going to jut the chin forward and bring it back to help our neck, our cervical spine feel more at ease. And take just a minute or so, come through a relaxation. If you're comfortable doing so, close the eyes. Start to focus on our breathing. Breathing deep through the nose. Visualizing the breath fill up the belly with air, letting it expand like a balloon. And then on the exhale, as we gently press all the air out, we empty that belly completely before taking our next inhale. Enjoying the slower, deeper breath, the body starts to release. The mind staying focused on the flow of the breath in and out of the body. We start to feel our forehead smooth, our temples and eyes getting quiet, our jaw softening, stress releasing from our neck and our shoulders. Tension releasing down to the spine, fading away into our seat. Our thighs and hips let go. The rest of our legs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. On our next exhale, we'll allow the weight of our chin to take head down, chin coming down to the chest, shoulders staying down and relaxed. We'll turn our palms face down and slide them out to our knees. On the inhale, pressing our palms into the knees, we're going to lift and open the front of the body, reaching the chest towards the ceiling. Now on the exhale, we'll just release, coming into a comfortable seated position. We'll let the arms go by our side. And then we'll take one last big deep breath together here today. Arms go wide. Inhale, lift the ribs. Really reach those arms all the way up. Allow the palms to press and then draw down to our body's center. I want to thank you all for coming, for watching this live web video. We'll have lots of different ones coming up, and I hope you really enjoy it. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.